Well, brothers and sisters, it appears that God, the God of the Old Testament, has revealed who the Antichrist is to none other than a YouTuber, BpEarthwatch. I'm going to cover that in a moment. I'm waiting to hear from my son Sean and my daughter-in-law Taylor. She was supposed to go in to the hospital early this morning to have her labor induced. I'm waiting on the birth of my beautiful grandson, Logan. I'm just sitting on pins and needles here. But they gave, do you believe this? They gave her bed to another patient. So around 3 o'clock, they're going to know if this is going to happen today or not. So I'm so excited. The anticipation. I am just so excited. I want to get this video out. I just want to give you an update on that. I want to get this video out because it is snowing and high 50-mile-an-hour winds expected this afternoon and this evening here on April the 6th. And they're calling for power outages. So I want to get this video done and uploaded. Now on to the video at hand here. It appears that Yahweh, the God of the Old Testament, revealed only to YouTuber Jesse Walton, BpEarthwatch, who the Antichrist is, the name of the Antichrist. But of course he can't tell anyone. Stay with me here for a moment. Come on, people. Come on, people. You know, I said in the beginning of the year that I was done. I was totally done. I'm not exposing these charlatans anymore. That you're going to have to be in prayer. You're going to have to go to the Father. You're going to have to pray for discernment. But it gets to a point sometimes that being a watchman on the wall, that I do need to sound the alarm, but I can't for the life of me. I can't understand the direction the church is going today in the end days. Here we have a video by none other than BpEarthwatch, the one and only Jesse Walton. But let me take him back a couple years. He used to throw around the name of the scientist and astronomer Bruce Gary. In all of his videos, he would mention Bruce Gary. It came out that Bruce Gary, the real Bruce Gary, got wind of Jesse Walton using his name in his videos, and he did a blog or an article trying to warn people, but Jesse Walton is not an astronomer. He is a fraud, a fake, and a phony, but it doesn't fall on deaf ears. Now here in this video, look out, because Jesse Walton, of all people, BpEarthwatch, of all people, has been told by God, by Yahweh, by God, the name of the Antichrist. But he can't reveal it to anyone because it would bring danger upon his family and danger to himself, and they would have to be transported to another planet. Maybe Mars or Uranus or something. This is the same Jesse Walton. Wake up, church. Christians, wake up. If you look here, 122,394 people viewed this video alone. It's only been up for a few hours. 4,000 gave it a thumbs up. But let me remind you, let me be a watchman on the wall. I know I'm just a small-time pastor out of Flint, Michigan, but let me be a watchman on the wall. Let me remind you, this is the same BpEarthwatch, the same Jesse Walton that said, the God of the Old Testament, Yahweh, that the Old Testament was written by Satan, that the God of the Old Testament, the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, was a cattle mutilator and a blood sucker, and that the Old Testament prophets, the prophet Hosea, the prophet Ezekiel, the prophet Isaiah, Jeremiah, were ancient alien astronauts. And this was plastered all over YouTube. And who else is jumping on this? Because it's called clickbait. Look at the number of views, 122,000 views. What a payday. for this charlatan. And guess who's in cahoots? Because it's all about the money. None other than this gold digger. Hang on a minute. I'm so filled with righteous anger. People, church, brothers and sisters, who's jumping in on the clickbait to rake in the monetary gain? Paul Begley. Of course, Paul Begley. When all of the news came out and the information came out where Jesse Walton, BpEarthwatch, called God a cattle mutilator and a bloodsucker, it was referencing the Anunnaki and the Old Testament saints were alien astronauts. He went silent because they're in cahoots together. They're sharing subscribers. BP is sharing turning his viewers and subscribers onto Paul Begley. Paul Begley is wanting his viewers and subscribers to go and subscribe to BpEarthwatch, and they're sharing in the monetary money that's being drawn in. What do we got? Paul Begley today, warning, 666, is the Antichrist alive? Full video, and he's talking about, what is he talking about? His partner.
I've been given information that will make this...
Guys, I've been given information from a cattle mutilator and a bloodsucker. Paul Begley is addressing BpEarthwatch, knowing who the Antichrist is. You know, I don't know. You've got to use discernment. When will this... We're at the late hour. There's no more time for this. I don't mean to insult anyone's intelligence, but if you're following this stuff, I have to question. Your stability. Are you stable? Are you sober-minded in the end days that you can't see through this nonsense? Well, some encouragement to Paul Begley. Don't be too upset. It's early. You've only got 3,000-4,000 views while you're promoting BpEarthwatch and being revealed from God to BpEarthwatch, Jesse Walton, the name of the Antichrist. You got a lot of catching up to do. 200 and some thousand views. You've only got like 3,000 or 4,000, but you'll get there. Believe me, you'll get there. So let's do a recap. God, Yahweh, the God of the Old Testament, the one BpEarthwatch blasphemed, the one that Paul Begley went silent on. I cannot hear this. I can't lose my money. I can't lose my subscribers. The God of the Old Testament, but BpEarthwatch blasphemed, decided, you know what? Let bygones be bygones. I'll tell BpEarthwatch who the Antichrist is. Wake up. Wake up. I'm just putting out the warning as a real watchman would. Hopefully, maybe BpEarthwatch will go to another planet and take Paul Begley with him. Wake up, church. Leave me comment.